In my last video, I was talking about purpose after getting a question from Ross about being that middle-aged man era and finding out what is your purpose. And as I talked about having a YouTube channel, that was one of the things that gave me drive after redundancy. And now life is very much different. Let me show you what's currently taking up my focus as purpose. Let's do a little swing round. This is Oreo. Oreo is a 5-year-old border collie, and he's one of 3 pets that Yvonne and I are currently looking after here in Malaysia. And this is us out on our standard daily walk. He gets 3 walks a day, and that's something that's made me get out and get the steps done. I think I'm averaging about 13,000 steps a day. So there's Oreo, there's Pi, and there's Laxka, which is the 2 cats that we're also looking after. And this is part of a house sit that we've done for a couple who are currently on holiday. And I thought I would just share with you a little bit of the realities of what this has been like, because I'll say this much, it hasn't been easy. I don't know what I expected it to be like, but I'm not sure it was what's currently playing out, and I'll explain why. I'll tell you, added to this has just been the last couple of days managing my own stock portfolio, which is where I kind of get some of my income from, has been a bloodbath. I was sharing with Patreon members over the last couple of videos that I've made there, and my stock portfolio is currently about $25,000 down as the stock market bloodbath continues. But all my attentions have gone from that, because there's nothing that I can do to manage that right. In fact, all I'm really doing is taking no action with those stocks, because the companies I'm invested in, I believe in, and I know that this is just the ups and downs of the market. So I find myself out on a daily walk, strolling along, Yvonne and I, either first thing in the morning, afternoon, or late evening, taking Oreo for his regular walks. But I'll tell you, this is what we've discovered with the house sit so far. Oreo is a super sensitive young dog. He's terrified of fireworks and terrified of thunder. And we are in Malaysia, just in the middle of a massive religious festival and also storm season. And so Oreo's had quite a bit of, or rather quite a few dramatic evenings just dealing with the noise and everything that goes on around this city in a standard day or evening. We've just had Chinese New Year, and then beyond all of that we've had Eid, which just culminated a few days ago. So Oreo has been finding it quite a stressful environment, which has meant he's been a bit panicky around the house and not eating, finding it difficult to eat. Also, he's on a little bit of medication, so we've been trying to manage that. But we've spent time with him over these last days and got him out for his regular walks, made sure that he got his medication, a little bit of peanut butter did the wonders there. And I think we've slowly became good friends, and now he's gets us up in the morning and makes sure that we give him regular playtime around the house. Now, the cats, right? Talk about completely different characters there. We've got Pi, who's a little laid-back grey cat. Has been super friendly towards Yvonne and I right from the off, climbing onto the sofa to sit next to us and watch TV, and in the evening coming through into the bedroom and climbing up onto the bed and just sitting with us. I've had my laptop out, we've been watching videos or movies, and Pi's just sat down between us and watched the films with us and been very calm, very tame, very relaxed. And the last of all of this is Laxka, which is the queen of the house. She is the queen of the house. She rules the roost, completely dominated by food. That's been one of the challenges we've had to meet, is that she will regularly steal Oreo's food if they're given time together. So we've had to quickly figure out how to manage dinner times, getting the cats fed first in a different room, giving Oreo time following his walk to then edge his way into having dinner and making sure that he eats all of his food before the cats get reintroduced to the room, because both of the cats will steal the food from Oreo, and so he's very nervous around them. So we've managed all of that, and he's had all of his dinners the last few nights. But Laxka is just a chatty cat, chatty catty as we've been calling her the last few days, and talks constantly. And when it gets to about an hour or two out from dinner time, oh, she never goes quiet. This is Laxa, who lives by the food machine. She's eaten out of it earlier, but she just lives next to it all the time, waiting to get some food and constantly chatting away. She's just had dinner out of it not that long ago, but here she is, still just living next to the food machine, because that's all that matters, Laxa. She's very much will come and see you for attention, and then when she's done, she just simply moves on beyond all of that. So I would say if there was a house sit that Yvonne and I were going to take part in and ease ourselves into this, this probably wouldn't have been it. It's definitely been eventful for the two of us, but I'm very proud that we're at the end of this stay, and so far I think we've grown very fond of the pets, and the pets have grown fond of us. And now we're out for this evening walk. And I'll say this about the apartment: we've had the opportunity to stay in a really beautiful apartment in a great part of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Facilities have been awesome. There's a great gym, swimming pool. We've both had the chance to go down and do a little bit of a workout and get a bit of a swim in between walks and feeding times and spending time with the pets. So that's been good. And the way that the structure's worked is that Yvonne and I have done 3 walks a day with the dog at the weekend, and then during the week the regular dog walker comes in the morning, and then I do the afternoon and the evening shifts. And I've loved it. I've just really enjoyed getting out and getting the steps done. Part of my goal of fitness was to try and get to 10,000 steps, and I was struggling on my own. Now I found myself doing 14,000 steps and almost more in some evenings, just to make sure that the dog's getting these walks. And now here we go, for example, we're off over the road here. But yeah, so we've been able to get the steps done, Yvonne and I just working as a team. But what's been wild out of all of that is that you really have to shift your mindset, right? Because it's just been the two of us for months. Well, it's been the two of us for years, thinking about each other, dinner times, what we're up to. And then all of a sudden, we've got 3 pets to look after. It's been a big mind shift for the two of us. Suddenly thinking about meals and feeding and what we're going to eat. But also, we've been back in a familiar area of the city, which meant that a couple of nights ago we were able to go back to the Italian restaurant that we ate in when we first got here, Luce. And 2 nights ago we went back to the steak restaurant that we celebrated Yvonne's birthday in, and we had a really beautiful steak dinner. And I'll tell you, just also, it's called Pampas. Look at the city here, look at that for a view. This city never gets boring. The apartment, beautiful. The pets, beautiful. But definitely not a simple life. I think we were kidding ourselves when we thought this would just be a simple pet sitting exercise. The reality of all of that's been much different. And in the middle of all of that, still watching the stock market, watching my stocks and shares shift like the Big Dipper at Blackpool. But this is the ebb and flow of the stock market, right? Now it's almost the end of this stay, and I'll say also, I met with a viewer of the channel, Hans, who had been emailing me and was in the city, and I went and had coffee with him today. So Hans, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I really appreciated catching up with you. And as we were sitting in the coffee shop, another gentleman came up and said, "I've just been watching your videos." And I invited him to join us for coffee, so that was Brian. So Brian and Hans, we sat and had a an hour and a half of chatting today in a coffee shop nearby the apartment whilst Yvonne was just chilling with the pets for a little while, and now we're out for our evening walk. I'm about to head out and get dinner. Right, that was it. The reality of the house day. It's been great fun. I have loved it, getting to know the animals. Right, that's it for this video. I just thought I would share a little bit of that. Thank you so much for watching me, everybody. And more on all of this coming soon. Right, Oreo, give us a little goodbye. Will she take Yvonne for the walk? Sometimes I think Oreo's walking us and not we're walking Oreo. There you go, boy.